Swingers. In fact, I don't know what the name is. Swingers. Swingers, as far as I knew, refer to those who switch sexual partners, and preferably or especially when they're together or something. But here, I can't remember. It's also true. It's not as if this is very deep and a film with many layers. The title would be part of that invitation to think, thought-provoking messages and dialogue. Not really. Very charming, very likable, very pleasant. In fact, it somehow changed my view on Jon Favreau, who is, I would say, the actor in the leading role. Mike is Mike. Vince Vaughn is friend. Heather Graham is also part of this very attractive cast. Sorry. In which we have Mike as intended to say loser. And some comparison comes to mind. Bill Maher was referring on his show to this image that is changing, especially in liberal, maybe ultra-liberal circles, where the man has to be listening, has to be... it wasn't his comment. I paraphrased a bit, and now I'm going off on my interpretation, my exaggeration for comical purposes. It has to be more non-gender or quicker gender, changing gender, and it has to be listening, and it has to be far from the macho ideal of your decades ago. And then he says, well, what about, not in those words, Zelensky, according to him, he's joking, but much of that is true. They don't need to look for the sexiest man for People magazine or whichever one is making this designation. Because Zelensky is, if you look on internet searches and comments, I have a female boner for him, and there are many comments, probably in the millions, referring to this fact. And then the conclusion there is that we need men like that, men that are strong, men that can be relied upon to try and save you and fight, in this case Russia. So I'm turning to Mike. Mike is very insecure, very comical, because it's so funny in his reactions to things. For instance, he meets this woman in a bar, they have a few words together, and then she gives him her number, and his friends I'm sorry, keep going with the cliches, again, man formulas. You have to wait 2 months, 3 days before you call, because then she would say you're needy if you call too soon. Well, that's what you are. I allow for 6 days because I'm confident in things like that. But our man, as soon as he goes home and the clock is showing him on the table somewhere, it's 2 or 3 o'clock a.m. So, and Impossible, he's funny. And then this is funny scene when he keeps leaving messages. 26. I'm exaggerating. Look, I called because, well, forget the other, but I just wanted to, and then your machine doesn't allow the time to, and so he's, you know what, don't see me because, and then finally he talks to her and don't call me again because it feels not just awkward. This is someone with issues. So we have that. The others, of course, are much more self-confident. And if we need some material, not just some material, but the best there is, I recommend that you read 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem, Nathaniel Branden, psychologist. In fact, his book is one of the 50 psychology classics. And speaking of that, you should read 50 psychology classics. It's a book, and I happened to stumble upon it, and that was phenomenal, because then reading the 50, I said, okay, well, let's get into that, and then holistic psychology and happiness until they came around. I'm just kidding. So yes, very pleasant, very amusing, and well received by the critics.